What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video I actually want to showcase something that is very interesting to me that I feel would help a lot of newer players out when it comes to Naraka Blade Point, especially when you're trying to level up different characters and do all that type of stuff. Now this is something that I wish I would have known sooner. I haven't really tested if it works too well, so we're going to be testing that in today's video, and it all relates to doing specific quests. So every single character in the game has cultivation for you to do. For example, if we go over here to the cultivation, you can see I have to defeat 10 enemies with spears. Pretty simple quest, but then you get stuff such as pick up one firefly in survival modes, which include bot lobbies, or complete 8 blessing quests. And whenever you get those complete 8 blank quests, I feel it's always such a struggle to do them, because even if we go over here to like this character, complete 8 more blessing quests. We go over here, complete 8 cash hunt quests. We keep on going through some of the characters who are at that stage. You get like complete another 8 cash hunt quests, but sometimes you'll get some that are like complete 8 bounties and stuff, and it can be a hassle trying to find it, especially when you're sitting there and you're like, okay, I can't find this anywhere. Well, it appears that I have found a much easier solution that I wish I would have known sooner, and it is a website called Naraka.wiki. Now they have an actual URL which is an interactive map, which I'll link in the description down below, but when you first load it, you'll notice you have Morris Isle and Hollowroft as 2 actual like maps you can explore and everything, but over here on the side, if we go ahead and full screen it and then I go ahead and put my actual webcam on the other side of the screen, you'll notice this little tab right here. Now if you click it, you can view certain spawn locations on both the maps for specific things. Now something I should mention is blessing quest or the salute quest right here. It just later down the line, you know, they actually ended up changing some wording and stuff around, so it ends up showing up a salute here. Reverse bounties are those, you know, red quests and whatever else. But for example, if we're trying to actually go through here, and if we go in game once again, you know, actually view the character that we currently have selected, we have to find fireflies and blessing quests. So if we go back to that website and we actually go ahead and, you know, toggle on here fireflies and where blessing quests can actually spawn, we can see that, you know, it's like as looking through here, if we get Morse Isle as the map, probably one of the better places to go is down here at the shipwreck expanse because of the type of quests that spawn over there and how many fireflies spawn over there as well. And then if we need to rotate over to get some more, we go in between Celestra and Shadow Jade Mine. And then for example, if we're on Hollowroth instead, we can see that a good area to start is the Imperial Village up here, and then work our way downwards towards like the middle of the map from there in order to actually get those quests completed. And I thought that was a very interesting thing. And it's not just that you can view, right? Of course you can view like bear trap spawns, the bell spawns, you can view forbidden seal spawns, you can view everything, and like if you turn them all on, right, your map's going to be absolutely cluttered with stuff for you to do. And it's just a very unique, useful tool that I wish I knew about sooner, because I use a similar tool whenever I play Fortnite, and just knowing that it's like, oh, you know, if I want to find where the Gate of Yangs spawn, I can actually see their actual spawn locations right here to help me get a better idea of where I might want to go before those spawn in order to actually get them. And you can even see high resource areas. Now this isn't something that's going to be enabled all the time, but whenever you're in the game and you see one of these little bubbles over a certain area, it means it's a high resource area, meaning if you drop there, you're likely to get more and more better loot from it. So let's go ahead and toggle these on, and you know what, I think for the best spawn area, depending on where we get, we might go Imperial Village, and if we can't get that on this map, you know, over here, we'll go Shipwreck Expanse. So let's hop into a bot lobby and see how effective this actually is. Also, as a little bit of a funny side note while we're launching the game, I do want to mention that yes, I tried making my character into a male version of Hatsune Miku. Listen, we don't need to talk about it, it was just a funny little haha, and that's what we gotta keep it at, is a funny little haha. Alright, now that we're in game, we can see that we actually managed to get Morse Isle as the map for us to play, so the best spot for us to go is definitely going to be Shipwreck Expanse. So I think that we want to go right around there, because that is one of the actual spawn locations for this whole entire, you know, like blessing quest thing and everything else. We'll also grab a open 10 stashes bounty as well, just to, you know, level up our battle pass and everything else. And I'm going to move myself over to the other side of the screen while we hop in game. Now, of course, this is going to be something that I'm testing live with you guys, but I wouldn't make this video at the end of the day if it wasn't something that was going to be useful. So even if it's slightly outdated by, you know, a few little changes here and there, I do feel like if it does match up to the locations that we see in this video, it does prove that this is going to be a useful resource for anyone out there who's trying to complete some of their cultivation to max out all of their characters. Because I know whenever I'm playing with friends, the hardest part when it comes to the cultivation is those actual bounties, like the blessing or the normal bounties where you have to actually eliminate eliminate an enemy because just finding them is so difficult. I will have friends who will be like, hey man, make sure to be on the lookout for these specific bounties. If you find them, grab them. If you don't find them, don't grab any of the other ones just in case we do find them. So having this resource available that you of course can go on your phone or on a web browser or whatever else to view, I feel would be an amazing thing. So seeing as we are right here, it appears that one of the bounties can spawn around there, so we're gonna go ahead and go up there. Now it isn't a guaranteed spawn, of course, there's a chance that it doesn't spawn here, but it is an interesting little note to have, right? You know, it's a little interesting note to be like, okay, these are the specific locations, and for example, there's a bounty quest right across from there, so that is a nice little thing to see that, you know, if you had a bounty, that would be a nice spot to actually go to unlock it. But of course, this isn't the only thing we're looking for, because if we go up here, there's a chance we should be able to find some fireflies around some of the buildings, and look at that, right there, firefly found, so that's one of the cultivations already done, thanks to the help of the website, because if I didn't have this website, I'm going to be completely honest, I wouldn't be able to find that. I'd be running around just randomly picking my spawn location until I did manage to find one of those things, so being able just to have a guide to help me get through it faster, you know, speed run the cultivation, get all the unlocks, you know, the loot boxes, everything else unlocked, I feel it'll be a lot nicer. Now, something to mention is we do have a actual bounty right here, but there's a chance that it's not the blessing one, because of course these are random spawns, so if we go over here, we might see something that isn't blessing based on how my map is outlined, and it is blessing. Actually, hold on, let me see. This is actually pretty close to the spawn location, because if I go ahead and pull up the map, keep in mind I'm right down here. If we pull up the website map right here, you can see that it's above, right? That is the above area where it's spawning, and instead we got it a little bit down below. So it isn't a guaranteed one-to-one, hey, it's going to spawn at this location thing, but it does actually give you a nice little overview, being like, this is one of the areas where you should be able to find them. This is where they're more common based on, you know, other people actually going out and researching it, and I assume it's more of like a community project for them to actually have developed, so it will get more information as more people actually discover everything there is to see. And it is, as you can see here, pretty helpful, because we found one of these very early on, and if I was not playing this right now, right, if I was just kind of on my own, or I guess, you know, playing with friends or whatever else, and I didn't have the actual page open, I doubt I would be able to actually find this that easily. But I thought I'd share it with you guys, especially if you're someone who just has an extra device that you're able to use, just because this is a super useful resource, especially for just leveling up the characters, getting all those unlocks and everything, and not having to worry about them, so you can use all the abilities and everything that the characters have for you guys to just increase your experience on here. But with that said, I hope you champs and chambettes enjoyed today's YouTube video. If you did, consider subscribing to support the content I create, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another upload. Peace out.